Hey guys, it's Mindy Lindscombe, your host of the Boss Podcast. I'm so glad you're here. Welcome back. Today in the studio, we're going to tell some bridal owner success stories, and I have Jolie Goodrow from Louisiana here in the studio, and I'm so glad you joined us, Jolie.
Thanks, Mindy. I'm happy to be here.
Yes, and we got to know each other through the Boss program over the last few years, and it's been so fun to just see your growth and see you implement so many amazing things, and your store has expanded. And wow, you have such a good team. So I'm glad you're here. I think you're an incredible wife, mom, entrepreneur, all the things. So why don't we start with just your family? Tell us who's in your family, and then we're gonna hear the story of how you started your bridal store.
Yeah, so I've been married to my husband Brennan for 33 years, met him in college. We have four boys. They are adult like. They're 30, 28, 25, 24. And they're one lives out in Colorado, not far from you. I have one in Shreveport, Louisiana, and my other two are here. So yeah.
And somebody's engaged, right?
Yes, my third one just got engaged 3 weeks ago, and coincidentally, her name is Jolie. So
I think that you had that as a prerequisite.
I said he goes to this huge high school, and he comes home with the girl with the same name as his mom. So, but we adore her. So I'm like, there's gonna be two Jolie Goodrows in the world. It's all good. So
I
we
love
love
it.
her. Yeah, yeah.
You don't have the same middle name though, right?
No, thank goodness. No, that would be really weird. So yeah,
That is crazy.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
She's great.
Well, tell me about when you started your store and the name of it and where you're located and all the things.
Okay, so the name of my store is Olivier Couture Bridal Boutique. We are in Mandeville, Louisiana, about 30 miles north of New Orleans.
And how did you I do want to hear how you named it that.
Yeah, so I didn't name it that. I actually bought it from two sisters. They started it in 2010. And then after about 5 years, they decided they were having babies and their husbands were getting out of medical school and doing all the things, and they were just ready to sell. And it actually kind of fell in my lap. A friend of mine is friends of theirs, and they were all just talking. They're like, "Yeah, we think we're gonna sell our bridal store if anybody knows anybody." And then I was actually sitting at a football game when my friend told me that. So I was like, "Yeah, look, I never thought about it. It never was never on my radar." I mean, I'm the mom of four boys, so never owning a bridal store was. I was looking for a business. I just didn't know what kind of business. I was a teacher for 15 years and wanted to get out of the classroom, and I just needed something else to do. So, yeah, it just kind of fell in my lap. I met with the girls every Friday for about 6 weeks, and they kind of gave me the ins and the outs. I did have a business partner in the beginning. It was a friend who had a degree in fashion merchandising, and we kind of went in together. We had a 65-35 split, me being the 65. So, and then she retired about 2 years ago. So, it just sort of fell in my lap. I didn't know a single thing about bridal when I bought the store. Nothing, except I had been a bride in 1992. That's about it.
What
I knew
what were you
nothing.
teaching in school?
What's that?
What did you teach in school?
I was, so have like 4 areas of certification, but I was special education and then, regular education, but I never intended to teach regular ed. I always loved special ed. I loved children with disabilities that need a little extra help. So I am certified all the way through high school, and then I have my master's in self-contained mild moderate education. So, yeah.
Wow, what a different skill set to bring to the table to say,
Yeah.
I'm gonna figure out running a bridal store.
Yeah, yeah, and I had no business knowledge, no, nothing, nothing. I just went in cold.
What do you think has been, I mean, the most helpful thing for you? Because it's been since what year did you buy it?
2015. I bought the store in 2015. So,
2015.
yes, yes. So, in February, it'll be 11 years. And I never, when I bought it, I never thought past the first couple of years. I never thought, oh, one day I'll be here 11 years. That never crossed my mind. I never envision what that would look like. But here I am, 11 years. It's been crazy, but um yeah, it's been something because I had no business knowledge at all. I didn't know
Yeah.
the first thing about running a business. So it
I was gonna say, yeah, like, like, I'm sure you did several things to figure it out. So what are the like, did you read a certain book? Or did you talk to a friend? Or, like,
yeah.
us? Like, what has been
Yeah.
help
Yeah.
us through?
So luckily I had a partner at the in the beginning and we kind of, went through it together. I think the scariest thing that happened was I bought the store in February and our first market was in March. So we had the store about 3 weeks when
And then
we were
you're
like,
supposed to go
let's
spend money.
yeah, let's go to market. It and we were so excited and we got there and we went a little bananas. I
I was
mean,
gonna
we
say, did
did.
you go crazy?
Yeah, we did. Never once did it cross my mind that I needed to have a budget. Never once did I think minimums were ridiculous. Never once did I think, I was just like, yes, I'll take it all. It was just, yeah. And then they started coming in and we were like, what have we done? I mean, yeah, it was wild. We didn't know what we were doing. I mean, 3 weeks. We'd had the store 3 weeks when we just
It's like putting a kid in a candy shop.
yeah, for it really, really was. Cause I mean, yes, I had worked with the girls, and they kinda helped us for about 3 months, but they were really there to do, like, help us with bookkeeping and help us learn Bridal Live and help us learn QuickBooks and help me learn, those kinda things, and, but they didn't say, "Hey, don't go to market and spend money you don't have." Like, that never was, you know, "Here's how to budget, here's how," there was none of that, I think, so yeah, that took a couple of years to,
Recover.
recover. Like, yeah.
Was your husband like, "What are you doing over there?"
Yeah, and my husband has a degree in finance, so money he's, like, tight with the money, and he's like he didn't say anything either. He didn't go, "Hey, babe, don't go and go in with a budget." He just said, "Have fun." So, I think back in 2015, and I've heard you say this phrase, and I never thought of it this way till you said this. It's an expensive hobby. It was an expensive hobby for me because I wasn't really looking for big moneymaker. I didn't really it sounds really arrogant to say, but I really didn't need to work. I just wanted to work because you know, I don't sit still. And so I was like, I need something to do, but something I don't have to be at 7 days a week, all day long and something that I can, so um in the beginning I think I viewed it just as an expensive hobby, just a hobby, just something to do with my time. And over the years, that has become what, to me, much more than that, especially when my partner left. It was, okay, now it's really all mine. And I really
I
have to,
gotta go. I gotta make
yeah,
this.
I got to make it work. I got to, yeah,
Either that or get off the pot, right? Like,
yeah, yeah,
and
for
it's
sure.
like either I'm gonna make this profitable or it's just gonna be
Yeah,
something I can't sustain.
right. Correct. Yep.
Well, I'm really proud of you because I do think since I've known you and you've been doing some of these things we've been talking about, like, you have kinda transformed your business into being a
Yeah. It's not where I want it, but it's there, and a lot of that is on me, um, just with life. I mean, my youngest just quit playing college baseball. He just finished. He didn't quit. He just finished playing college baseball. So that monopolized so much of my time. And we were traveling all over the country with that. And um, that just ate up my whole spring. So this will be the first spring season that I've not traveled. This will be the first since I've owned the store. So
that's
it'll
gonna
be
be
interesting.
a game changer for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. I'm gonna be here a lot more, and so that'll be good. But I mean, I was taking off every Thursday and not coming back till Sunday, and that's it was hard. It was hard to try to get everybody in place so that I could leave them and feel confident to walk away for,
Yeah.
4 days and be across the country, not able to just pop back in. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
But, I
for
mean,
sure.
I love that you were able to be there for him, and
Yes, yes,
he'll probably never forget that.
yes. It was amazing. I wouldn't trade it for a minute. It's been great. I'm glad it's over. 5 years is maybe too long to play college baseball. 4 is just right. So, yeah,
Wow.
it's been fun.
Okay, so when you jumped into this business and then thought it was gonna be so fun,
Yeah.
I always like to ask owners, what was one of the biggest surprises for you that you're like, "I didn't even think about that being part of the role?"
I think probably the biggest thing is, and you mentioned it earlier, working on Saturdays. Like I never thought Saturdays would be that big a deal. I never really knew that Saturday was like the day. Like you have to put everything in on Saturdays, and finding employees that are okay giving up their Saturdays. Because let's be honest, nobody wants to spend their weekend working, but that was definitely I don't think I've factored that in. Like, yeah, my husband's off on Saturdays, Sundays, and I'm gonna work on Saturdays. But I think the biggest surprise for me, that I'm still learning, bookkeeping. Bookkeeping is the bane of my existence. I hate it. It's been the hardest thing I've done here, period. Learning QuickBooks. I'm not mathy. My boys actually make fun of me because I'm so not mathy. So figuring all that out has been tough. And then I figure one system out, and then QuickBooks is like, "Hey, we're switching and we're gonna change our whole platform and get it."
Right.
It's like, "We're gonna update and hey, your desktop version's no longer good, so now you're gonna have to learn online." And yeah, all that's been hard, and I've brought in people to help me, and I want to do it on my own as much as I can, but I think my CPA probably saves me every year. And cleans up my messes. But yeah, that I think that the Saturday thing, I've had one girl that's been with me the entire time. She was actually hired on the year before me, so she's been here the whole time. Of course, employee stuff is always interesting. For hiring people, keeping them on because I'm small. I can't offer a full time position. Hours are different. So that has had years where it's been really tricky,
Yeah.
but, you know, that ebbs and flows.
Ebbs and flows.
Ebbs and flows.
As is life, right? As is
Yep,
life.
yep, for sure.
What is, something though that you're like, "I love this so much about the bridal industry and it keeps me going, it keeps me in it."
Um, you know, I would have to say just the interaction with them, getting to know brides, having their sisters come back, having their friends come in, seeing we had a bride in here last week. She came in, got her dress here, was with another friend when she was pregnant, and then she came in last week with the baby with another friend. So it's really cool to see that progression. It's so good to see our brides coming back in. I really love when I see on Facebook they've had a baby, that they, keeping up with their lives. We want them to feel like we're all part of a family, and I do really love getting to know them. But I also love that when they come in, to pick up their stuff, we know their story. We know where they're getting married. We know, I want to I don't want to be a big giant store. We've never wanted that. Because I like the personal interaction. I like being out on the floor, talking to them and helping them and getting to know them. And I know, there's always 6 degrees of separation. So I end up knowing somebody that knows them so yeah, I think it's the personal interaction, the social part.
I love that. Now, I imagine you are, a ninja when it comes to, like, the community relationships that you have in your town and just being very plugged in. So, just speaking from the fact that you and I aren't, like, young little 20-year-olds,
Haha, no.
what kind of advice do you have? Because I am really curious, like, what kind of advice do you have being the fact that you've done this for years, built the rapport, built the trust. What kind of advice do you have maybe for some of our younger listeners that are in their 20s and 30s running a store and maybe their head down, they're focused on the business because they're in it.
Mhm.
But, like, I mean, truly, I think part of your success has been your relationships in the community.
Yeah, I think you definitely have to like with my son getting married, I already calling her my daughter-in-law. They've been together 10 years, so she's basically part of our family. But we went out to a venue the other day, and I started talking to the girl giving us the tour, and I'm like, we know each other. Like she's like, "Yeah, I used to run another venue." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, like we sat there and talked, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, I've had your brides here. I send brides to you." And so I think it's all, I think you have to know where your venues are and know who's running them. And we have a great connection with the venue right that's like 3 miles from here. I know her very well. And when brides come in, they're like, "Oh, Bridget sent me here." I'm like, "Great, I love Bridget. She's amazing." And we have that relationship that she'll send girls here. And I know, I think it's important to know what the venue looks like and know who's running it and know, what goes on there. So that when girls go, "Oh, hey, I'm getting married at such and such place," and can be like, "Oh, they do an amazing job. I've been to weddings there, or I know the person that runs it. Their food is amazing," or, you know, just different tips for them. And I think it means a lot to them when we know their venue and we can be like, "Oh, yeah, I know exactly where it is." You say, "Oh, I've never heard of it." They get kind of like, "Oh, like, how have you not heard of my venue?" So I like to know, we joke all the time and say we're going to load up on one Monday when we're closed and just go tour venues that are new because they're popping up all the time. So I say we need to go tour more, but I love being able to make that connection and know, "Oh yeah, I know the owner," or whatever. So I think that's really important.
That's awesome. That's a really good advice for any of us, just to remind us, like, as you're talking, I'm thinking about, hey, when I have a slow day, it would be great to just grab a bunch of cookies and a bunch of, boxes of cookies and
Yeah, for
and
sure.
drop them off and be like, "Hey, just thinking of you, your friends over here at such and such bridal." And
Yeah, for sure.
um
That's a great idea.
it's just like it's so important. We wouldn't be where we are if it wasn't for the community support.
Mhm, mhm.
And just remembering that and continually saying thank you for passing rides our way, and we'll do the same for you. Um, but, like, really, truly, people do like to know each other's stories and their
Mhm.
families, and so it's like remembering that Bridget's over there at that venue and she's
Yeah,
a little boy named such and such or whatever,
right.
you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's important to build those relationships. I think
Yes.
it's gonna impact our success going forward for sure.
Yep, I agree 100%.
So, really quickly, I would love to see if you have anything else that you're like, over the years, this is something I can look back at and laugh at now, but in the moment, it was so stressful or so like, "Oh my goodness, what am I gonna do?" But now you can look back and you can laugh at it now because it's over.
I think one of the big lessons we had to learn, both my former business partner and me, we're people pleasers, and neither one of us liked confrontation um, at all. And so in the beginning, we were doing things like, you know, returns or, "Oh, let me get," and now I'm like, I think over the years, well, you have to be a little confrontational in this business because, like, I had a bride call the other day, "A wedding's canceled. Do you have a return policy? What's your return policy?" I'm like, "I don't, there is no return policy." It's sympathetic to her, and you have to be able to be sympathetic, but also be stern at the same time and stand by your, what your rules are. And I think that was a really hard lesson to learn. And there are times I look back and I was like, gosh, if that happened today, it would have been a totally different outcome because we caved and we wanted people to like us and we didn't want people to say anything bad. And it was, because when I bought the store, it had all great reviews. And that's why I didn't change the name because it had built, a reputation in the town. It was much smaller. Our town was much smaller then. And, but it had a good reputation. It didn't have any bad reviews. So it's like, I don't want to change that because the public just doesn't understand a name change. Um, so we were scared in the beginning to like, push back. Now yeah, and now it's like, I'm so sorry and I sympathize with your situation. However, it's just it's just business. So, yeah, that was a tough one. Um, but, yeah, when I look back now, I'm like, "Gosh, we were such pushovers." And you don't want somebody saying, "Oh, yeah, I was able to return my dress," or "I was able to get money back because I complained," or, whatever. But, at the same token, it's so important to, if there's a mistake made, to own up to it. And I was always scared of that too. I was scared to be like, admit that we made a mistake and that, "I'm sorry, I forgot to order your dress with buttons." Uh, you know, and we're going to fix that, so it definitely that is a
It's
hard.
definitely the balance of, hey, if we my policy has always been if we made the mistake, we're gonna go every extra mile
Yes.
to take care of you and then some so that you're like, wow, this is even better actually for me the way it worked out and what happened. And
Yes,
then
absolutely.
if we didn't make the mistake though, and it's just
Yeah.
the customer's choices changed or
Mhm.
whatever have you, like
Yeah,
I can't absorb the cost for those
exactly.
and I didn't surprise them with it because they signed a contract.
Exactly. Yeah. And now I think in the beginning, when we had all that on our contract, we didn't discuss it. We just said, oh, sign here. And now I'm like, hey, I need you to look at each one of these points. And these are what they say. And now I more verbalize it instead of just saying, hey, sign right here. I say, hey, this is what this says. This is what this says. And this, you know, is all there. And they giggle because they're like, oh my God, that's so funny. I'm like, no, it's there for a reason. Like, so it happens, but sign right here, so
Yeah.
it's definitely and
Well,
before
we always say, "Hey, no matter what happened to the engagement, you're getting a beautiful dress, so if
exactly.
something changes, you can go on a cruise with it."
Exactly, exactly. You can do whatever you want. It's yours. So yeah, we do make that statement out and it comes off funny and they all think it's such a silly thing and at the time. So we're good with that. But yeah, in the beginning we were just so non-confrontational and didn't want to upset anybody and didn't want anybody to, think poorly of us. And now it's like, I mean, this is what it is. So yeah.
Okay, now I wanna ask you just a little question about you personally.
Yeah.
You are renovating a house.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tell me, has this been like a dream in the works, or is this just you happened upon a property and you're like, "I gotta get it"?
Uh, well, yes to both of those. So, when I came to retreat at 30A, all that went down. We had just come back from 2 weeks in Italy and Greece, and we looked at the house on a Monday and was like, maybe it needs a lot of work. I don't know. And we had previously been looking for about 12 years for property. And um in the beginning, we were looking at a very small area because we don't want to change our boys' high school. And then when all the boys were done with school, then it broadened us out and we could really go far out in the country. And then you get into horse farms and all that, and then it gets really expensive. So we're like, it just and I don't know if you know this about Louisiana, but we're basically surrounded by water. And we had a major flood here in 2016, and that rezoned all the property. And so we found this amazing piece of property and it's in a flood zone. So then you have to pay ridiculous prices for insurance. So it just wasn't happening. Things weren't, it just wasn't. And I had so many properties that I loved and something fell apart. And so when this one came up,
Were you almost, like, not trying to get excited about it?
I do that every time. I do that every time because we actually put an offer on a house about 2 months ago and that fell through. They took a different offer than ours, and I was heartbroken because I adored the house. I didn't love the property as much, but I loved the house. The house was amazing, and it was this beautiful Acadian, which I'm like, you don't get much more Louisiana than an Acadian. So we were loving it, and it was a great location, and then that fell through. So when this one popped up, we drove out, we looked at it, we love the property. Like I have maybe 20 oak trees in my front yard that like the branches touch the ground. I mean, it's stunning. It's
How
beautiful.
many acres is it?
It's about 5.5. So it's not my previous property I looked at was 40 acres. So I was really wanting to get as 10 was my dream was 10. And then it's not going to happen. There's just not 10 acres around here anymore that's not ridiculously priced or in a flood zone. So, came to retreat. I put in the offer. We went a little crazy. We did it and then it accepted it, came back and hit the ground running. I mean, we got to do all this stuff.
Are you living in your house while you renovate the other one?
Not yet. We sell our house of 22 years. We sell that. We go to act a sale on December 5th. And then we are moving December 3rd. And today I was picking out plumbing things, faucets and all that. And she goes, so where are you going to live in the interim? I was like, there is no interim. Like, we're moving in December 3rd. So, yeah, I'm gonna live in a war zone. It's gonna be great.
Yeah,
It's gonna be fine.
but you don't have kids, you don't have little people.
No.
You and your husband can do it.
Yeah, we'll be I said as long as I have a microwave and a refrigerator, we're fine, and a shower.
And a water. Yeah, you need water.
I gotta have water, but as long as I have all that, we'll be fine. They've got a septic put in, the roof is going on today.
So was it a total fixer-upper?
Not a total, but it needed a new kitchen. Like the kitchen is okay, so it's everything is 1983. It has not been touched since 83. I'm talking original double oven.
But you loved what were the things? You loved the land,
I love
you
the land.
the location?
The location is fabulous. The house is different. Like it's not like any other house around here. It's the inside is it's a little funky. I mean, it's got like stone floors, it's got the Mexican tile in the kitchen, it's got woodwork everywhere. Everybody's painting everything white these days. And I'm like, I'm not painting that woodwork. I mean, the crown, triple crown molding is just amazing. There's stained glass windows, there's big, huge picture windows. So it's not, we're not touching any of that. It has 3 fireplaces. I mean, it's just, the house is amazing. It is, we've wanted something, we were open, he's not doesn't have as much vision as I do, so there'd be houses that we look at and he's like, "I don't see it." This one, he's like, "I love it. It's just different. It's not like any other house." So, I've got a pond, I've got a pool that hasn't been touched in years that we're gonna have to completely redo. Um,
That's okay. Like, kind of the fun part is getting to pick everything out.
yes, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to I've got this binder that I put every single thing in the binder. Every receipt, every estimate, every check I write, everything I do goes into the binder so that we can keep up with how much we're spending. So, I mean, I wrote so many checks today. I mean, I had to buy my countertops and plumbing and all these things. I mean, I've
Look
written
at
more.
you for a girl that hates bookkeeping
I
and
know.
accounting. Look at you now.
I know. I told him, I said, "I think we need to put this in a spreadsheet." He's like, "Okay, we can do that." Like, he's like, "Yes." So we're getting there. It's just and it's exciting. I go out to the house every couple of days. So to check on the progress. And he went out today because he had to meet an insurance guy. And there were at least 15 cars in my yard. So it's amazing. We're super excited. I mean, there's quirky things. There's 2 toilets in the master. I mean, how many people have 2 toilets in their master? I mean, there's just weird
Keep
things.
it. Are you gonna keep it?
I am keeping it. I am. I am. I think it's great. They have pocket doors. So, like, it's his and hers. Like, what?
How cute how cute is that?
I'm keeping it because it's like different. I don't know anybody else that has that. So,
Just so
we're,
yours.
yeah, we did take the bar out though. If you've watched my videos, we did. The bar is now gone. So, lots of people wanted me to keep the bar, and then someone referred to it as a Chinese buffet. Look like you're going to the Chinese buffet. I was like, "That's it. It's coming out." So, yeah, it's, making lots of progress. So I'm super excited. We're definitely it's fun. It's a
I
little
love it.
stressful, but it's fun. Yeah, we're having fun. Imma go out and video tomorrow, so
Ooh, I'm
yeah, yeah.
so proud of you. So I just want to like tell people where they can follow along the house journey, the bridal shop, all the things. Where can they find you, Jolie?
Yeah, so I'm on Facebook and Instagram just as Jolie Goodrow. I think I'm Jolie Camblish. That's my maiden name, Goodrow on Facebook, and I guess I'm the same on Instagram. And then the store is Olivier Couture Bridal. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff. Big
Yeah.
days ahead, exciting
Yeah.
days. I'm so glad to be on this journey with you. I'm so proud of you.
I will tell you, I've had lots of people stop me and go, "I love watching you tour your house and all that." And I was like, "Look, my business coach told me I had to, or I was just be doing this." I did. And then I had 3 people text me and go, "Who's your business coach? I need one." I said, "Well, she's bridal specific." So I don't know, but I had a girl stop in the other day that I knew from college, and she's like, "I love watching your videos." And she said, I look every day to see if you posted something." So I'm like, "Thanks. I've
Okay,
really
now sometimes you need to do surprise those people. Sometimes do it in your shop.
I know, and I said, I can do and that's when I posted my windows the other day. I was like, "Y'all, I have to show you how cute my windows are." Like, this is the first time I ever used this girl, and she just nailed it. I mean, she did exactly what I envisioned, and so I was like, "Y'all, look at the store." So I'll do a video of the store, and we're getting ready to start doing since I'm a future mother of the groom, and my future daughter-in-law models for us. We're getting ready to do, like, a little series about helping her find her dress and helping me find my dress, so
Good.
I'm not excited about it, but I'm gonna do it.
Yes, you are.
I am. I am. I'm
And
not.
then you should keep it a surprise with the dress you chose
Yeah,
until the
I
wedding.
will. Yeah, yeah, I will, because I definitely can't show hers, but
Yeah.
so, yeah, it's getting she's not getting married till January 27th, so we have a whole year to play.
Oh my goodness, I
Yeah,
love it.
we're
Well,
excited.
thank you so much for being on the show today. I am so excited to continue watching and celebrating your
Thank
success.
you. Thank you, I appreciate it. It was fun.
All right, we'll talk
All
soon.
right, thanks.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of Bridal Owner Success Stories. I hope you found some inspiration and encouragement for your own career in the bridal industry. If you enjoyed today's episode, please make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. We are in this together.